Good morning. Did you sleep good? Okay, lay down. Lay down. You guys ever have a weird dream that makes absolutely no sense? Well, my grandmother used to have those a lot, and I would always pay attention to them. They were warnings, and she would always be right, which was kind of crazy, but it happened, so I knew when she had a dream to pay attention to it. Well, last night I had one of those, and it was really off kilter and weird, and I thought it was real. I had woken up in the dream, and I had seen smoke going across my back window. And earlier I found a stash of camping stuff hidden in the trees, so I figured, oh, those people must have got here last night, got their stuff, and they're cooking breakfast. No big deal, right? And I hear a bunch of people around and stuff, so I'm like, okay, whatever. All of a sudden, the Sunrader, the whole back end of the Sunrader drops, and the whole thing rolls over. One complete roll. I am freaking out inside. I get outside. First thing I'm doing is I'm running around looking for somebody that's seen it. Like, did you see what happened? Why did it fall? Why did it roll? What happened? And I finally found somebody that said, well, all I know is I saw this side go down. And I'm like, I can't figure it out. So then I go over the Sunrader and I look at the Sunrader, and it's completely split open on the passenger side. All the top completely split open. The door had ripped open. It fell open, so when it rolled, it crunched the door. It was a mess. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was crying. I was hitting the ground saying, oh my gosh, why couldn't this just be a dream? And I wake up and I'm in my bed. And I'm like, what the heck? And it seems so real. Well, the interesting thing is, the top of this road, it goes all the way through, but it's supposed to be a class 5, class 6 halfway up. And I was considering taking it. I think that might be my warning to stay away from it and not attempt it, at least not this trip and not by myself. So crazy stuff, but I'm paying attention to that warning. So I am out here, and I'm in this great spot. I've shown you this great spot. Okay, here's the issue. If you look at the ground here, you can tell this ground is not a very solid ground. This is just from the morning moisture, and it's pretty muddy. I definitely don't want to get stuck down here, and the weather is looking pretty ominous. If you look up here, you can see the clouds rolling in. Pretty good. It's getting pretty dark. Since the fishing was nothing down here, it was terrible. This goes up to another area on top. I'm thinking about moving up there, just real quick, loading stuff up. It's already started to sprinkle, and get up there before this floods out, because all this moisture is going to come down here where I'm at. Would not be a good thing. So I think we're going to go ahead and get it packed up real quick and get up on top. It's the way it happens sometimes. think this is the next spot. We're still, stone's throw away from the river. And one cool thing about it is I've been really fortunate about this so far, but every camp I've gone to want to look into, I got all this wood. So that's pretty cool. The only thing is, this place looks like it would get packed during the weekend because there is just everywhere you can see there is a spot to camp here. There's places where you can tell people are camping, mini fire pits, etc. This is us over here, but yeah, I'm all right with that. Wouldn't mind sharing the campfire with a couple people. That'd be kind of cool too. The only thing I'm kind of concerned about is whether we have enough solar. So before the weekend gets here, I will have an opportunity to see how good the solar is going to be in that spot, because if that doesn't do it, then I will come over here. As you can see, this definitely has sun. So I would literally just pull in here and bring it right in here. So, and of course, river will be right there, which is nice. But it's also going to be a lot closer to bigger rigs that could pull in there, like full size stuff. And man, I'll tell you, the one thing I despise, and I know what happens on the weekend, is generators running all the time. Sometimes people are real considerate and they'll turn them off at a certain time, which is really cool, but a lot of times they just don't, and they just run them. So we'll see what happens. You're gonna stay over there, little girl, where you're safe. Bag. So I pretty much been using cast iron for quite a while, and I don't know if it's the seasoning or I've seasoned it 2 or 3 times or too much heat off of this type of stove. I just don't know, but I've just not had great success with it, and they're super heavy, 2-piece kind of. So I've swapped and gone to this Ninja Foodie non-stick ceramic, and it's been doing really well. So far so good. I've had it for now I think 2 months, and yeah, it's been working really well. So that's what we've gone to. Eggs and bacon and good morning breakfast. I also store paper towels. I also store paper towels in this to start the fire in the mornings instead of throwing them away. Well, we're in here nice and toasty with the fire going. This is what it was like outside. So I was soaking this pot. That is an inch thick layer of ice in that pot. So yeah, it's getting pretty cold. Today it looks like we're actually going to have sunshine though. I see absolutely no clouds in the sky. So here's hoping. What you doing now? What are you doing? What are you doing? You gonna get your zoom? You gonna get your zoom? You gonna get your zoom? Yeah, there she goes. Oh, I get you. Oh, I get you. Where are you going? Okay. So after some shenanigans on the bike, running around in the leaves and having Lily follow me, it's time to pack this thing up and get on to the next trail. But to do that, we had to go over the infamous Wolf Creek Pass, and during the fall colors, this road is beautiful. And once we got over to, well, almost the other side, we managed to find another off-the-beaten trail that was next to a river, so I decided to check it out, and again, it didn't disappoint. See you next week.